Hey everyone, this video is going to show you how to do a little bit of collision work in case standard collision models aren't working on your assets. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. So what I've done is I've just taken the two benches here that you can see, and when you're playing, you'll notice that they do not have collision on them. So I'm going to do two different types of collision. The first way that I'm going to do collision is if I just simply go into the model itself. You can see here it is. I'm going to double click it, and I think where'd it come up? I think it came up on my other, yes it did, it came up on my other monitor. There we go. And let's throw it up there. All right, so anyway, we can see that there is no collision on it. So I can do something really simple. I mean, if I go up here, collision, and I just try to add something, you can add box, but it doesn't really, as you see, if the player goes and jumps on it, they're going to be jumping up here, not standing on the actual thing itself. If I wanted to be able to roll things underneath it, it wouldn't do that. So this isn't a very accurate collision model. So let's go ahead and get rid of that, and there. And you could try some of these other ones, like the, I don't know, like the 100 or the 18 DOP simplified collision. And that gives you a little bit better. You know, there's a little bit of a slope here. But still, if I wanted to roll things under it or whatever, it just wouldn't work well. So anyway, what I'd like to show you then is, here's one called auto convex collision. And if you add that, then down here in the lower right hand side, which you can't see, let me move that over. There we go. So down here on the lower right hand side, you see it gives you some options: hull count, max hull verts, hull precision. I usually just use the defaults for that. So let's click that and click apply and see how that works here and gets it applied. So what it does, now you can see that the player would be jumping here and it would look like they were kind of on the bench, but maybe not because they're on the handles there, but that may be acceptable in the game that you're working on. And underneath it, if I wanted to roll something underneath here, I could, not really so much under here. But anyway, it would work under here. So it's a little more accurate collision model. However, if you look at all the different, the hull count and the verts and everything, and the precision that we're dealing with here, is it's a whole lot more processor intensive, especially if I'm going to have a lot of these models around the level. So, I might want to come up with something a little more simple than this, and it may not take much time to do, even maybe just a minute or two. So anyway, this is one model, and I can save this and come in here, and if I hit play now, you'll see that boom, so it blocks me, and if I jump up on it, not bad. So it's kind of not sitting on the bench, but it's nowhere near like what it was. So anyway, and it does block me. So, and I can't get through it. All right, so anyway, that's one way of doing it. The other way that you can do something like this, I'm going to take the collision off. You know what? I probably should have just made a duplicate of this. Duplicate, right-clicking. So if I right-click on there, my options come up, and I'm just going to duplicate this, create a copy of the asset, and that's it right there. I'm just going to enter and keep that one, and so I'm going to get rid of the one on the right. And let's take this SM Couch 1 and drag it out here, tap my space bar and rotate it, and then put it back here. And so this one, let's go ahead and double click it. And you can see here when it says collision, it's got collision on it. I'm going to double click it. And if we go to simple, there's the collision. So let's remove that. Remove collision and save. All right, so I've got static mesh couch 1, and hit play. So this one blocks, and this one I run through. So let's go ahead and solve that problem a little differently. There's these things called blocking volumes that I can use. So over here on the left side, volumes, And then up here near the top, it says blocking volume. So I'm just going to, oops, let me click and drag that over again. All right, let's take blocking volume. I'm just going to drag a blocking volume out here and tap my space bar to go to scale, and I can just resize this down. You know what, let me do this in the F11 and resize it here, and so I can go all around here and look at it, and you can see that I can get it the size that I want, right? So I'm going to scale this down a bit, and let's see, let's go up, look down on it, and I'll scale it in this way, boom, and then bring it there, bring it there. So you can probably see now what I'm doing, what's going on, is that I can actually take this and very quickly and easily maneuver it into something that would fit this. There we go. Maybe something like that, right? That looks fairly decent. Maybe pull it in just another notch. Click. Then I'm going to hold Alt and drag and create another one. Tap the space bar, rotate it right about there. Tap the space bar again and bring it up here. All right, and this one I could probably, let's see, I'm going to have to get it at perfect 90 degrees, and I'm going to scale it up just a touch again, and pull that back, rotate it. All right, so that's the back of the chair now. And if I wanted to do anything more to it, right now, this would allow things to, just having those two blocking volumes there, would allow stuff to roll underneath it. I might have to pull that one up just a bit if I wanted things to be able to roll underneath it. And then as you can see, I'm going to have to scale that down just a touch, right? So my scale is going a little high, but let's see if we can move that up a bit. All right, that doesn't look bad. I may have to take, change some of my settings there, but let's see. All right, I'm going to roll things underneath that, maybe shoot ammo underneath that or something. So I'm going to leave it like that. So all I'm doing is simply the bench and then the back of the bench. Let's go ahead and F11. Let's hit play, full screen it again, F11. And now this one, so when I jump on it, that's the one where we did the convex collision. And now I'm going to jump over here. And I'm sitting on the top of it. Let's come down a little bit. There it is. And now, look at that. I'm accurately standing right on top, maybe even a little in it. So I probably need to move the blocking volume up just a bit. And I can't go into it, so I can jump. And it puts me right on top of it there until it falls off. So, all right, very good. And then it blocks me all over. So anyway, it's low enough that it just steps. It's like the size of a step. It steps right up on it. So pretty cool. Anyway, that's how I do complex collision. A couple different ways. You can either do the convex collision or you can create your own with blocking volumes. So keep in mind, though, those blocking volumes right here, if I move the whole thing, let's go there and let's look at that for a moment. How do I get those blocking volumes? Like if I want to move the bench, and I move it, the blocking volumes didn't come with it. So what we'll do is I'm going to come over here, and that blocking volume, as you can see, is right here, or actually this is the mesh, SM couch. Let's go look for that blocking volume. So the blocking volume, I'm going to click, I can see the corner of it right there. So they're called blocking volume 1, or blocking volume and blocking volume 2. So I'm going to select them both. And then I'll take them, and I'm just going to, I held Control in order to select the second one. Then I will take them and click and drag them onto SM Couch 1. Boom. And see how it parents them underneath that? There's a little hierarchy now. Oh, can you see? There you go. There's a little hierarchy now underneath that where the blocking volume and blocking volume 2 are now underneath Couch. So when I drag Couch, the blocking volumes move with it no matter where I put them. So pretty cool. Anyway, that's kind of a fast, easy way to do that. If you're not going to have too many of these around, it's just a good way to do it and to get some accurate collision on it. So Hope you learned something, and shoot me a like, hit like button. Please subscribe to my channel, and enjoy making collisions for your game. Thanks a lot. Bye.